Hello everybody, this is Candy Sky here, and this video is inspired by Red Saturn Stevens' video, so you should go check it out. I may leave the description after I finish this video. So, we're going to talk about everything the criticism, more how I see Solarballs now, well, more not like that, but just everything wrong with Solarballs in general, to me, personally. I said this before and I'm going to say it again, but if you have looked at the wiki of Solarballs, well, not the official one, every single planet, including Planet X and Theia, are in the major roles, as I call it, which are the protagonist and antagonist roles, which I don't know how just Planet X is an antagonist, but, well, who cares? But if you have seen the recent episodes, it should actually look something like freaking this. I'm not even joking. This is how it should look like. Because Earth is the main freaking character of this whole series. I swear. But I don't really blame them either, because maybe the reason is because, one, he's our planet and it'll get much more attention if it is about him. And also, two, he's like much more interesting because he has life, which makes him like very more fragile, as I like to call it, like something that can break very easily, like glass. So maybe that's also the reason, but that doesn't mean he can just get all the spotlight, I think. For example, let's look at Mars. You probably don't even remember him sometimes because he has no character at all. His main aspect about him is being built on by Earth because of their friendship, but that doesn't classify or justify the reason that Mars can't have an actual personality. On the wiki, it says he has like his own personality, but if you match it up with Earth and also in the show, it doesn't make any sense because he needs his own arc. He had his own arc once, but half of that was Earth. His other arc, that was dumb. The alien arc was dumb. I didn't even want to watch that because it looked stupid. And you also may be wondering why I put Luna in there. Well, the only reason I probably put him in there is because it's as the other, like another protagonist of like the only three, is because he's Earth's moon, and I think everybody loves Earth's moon because without Luna, Earth could not be Earth. He would not have any life at all. Also, here's another thing, and this one's about Planet X. I feel like his personality, or like how he was a bit too rude, if you know what I mean. I mean, I get why he's this way, but this is just a bit too far for me. I mean, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I mean, I love X. I mean, I think everybody does. And he was like a good role as being the antagonist, but I don't think he deserves just to be an antagonist because he has a reason, and that reason is a good reason, but I feel like he was a bit like put in like a bad light because of how he acted when he was clearly, he had the thing. Plus, if Ganymede wasn't being such a baby, I think Planet X would be chill. If he just like, if Proteus just told him like, you should like forgive them, and you know, and you do a lot of stuff with the solar system and all that stuff, I think they would have like made it out. Like he didn't have to leave. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm gonna do two at a time for this one, but I'm gonna do Venus and Uranus or Caelus. I don't care. Okay, first off, let's go with Venus. Personally, I think Venus is kind of like maybe the most relatable character in like maybe when you're a teenager, being rejected, only having anger issues because you're insecure about yourself, and also letting that anger out on someone smaller than you. I mean, I get where he's coming from. I feel like he's the only character which you can't really find like as much hate as you do. Yeah, he's mean, but he's also justified like Planet X. He has a justification. He probably, if Venus gets rejected, in his face, I will explode. Because that would break him. And that would break my heart. Because that would make him really angry. And I'll be pretty angry too if my love, like somebody that I liked, like did that. Or well, was like, you know what I mean. Then there's Uranus. Now, there's not really much to say about him. But after the recent episodes, I get why somebody could hate him. I mean, he sided with the antagonist, quote-unquote antagonist, and then maybe that's why. But I feel like, again, Uranus can be justified because he was really, really overshadowed by everybody. Literally, Europa said, nobody tells the ice giants anything, so they barely know what's going on half the time. And including to Neptune, Uranus had the least screen time of every planet, hence until Planet X showed up. He got a bit more screen time than them, but you know what I mean. And the fact that he's like running away just to find X shows how much of like how he's pretty, like he can switch sides, you know what I mean? But I think it's like, I think he should keep going with that because he's finally getting some light that he deserves, and it may not be in the good light, but it is a light. I mean, if you get what you can, bitch, you get what you can. Go to jail. Then we have Jupiter and Saturn, which I feel like these two are literally probably gonna be either canon or not canon as a couple, but we're just gonna still ship it anyway. Jupiter and they're not like the worst characters, but I feel like I think they're the only ones who have enough. Like they have a good amount of stuff for them. They good enough stuff not for them. Like they've been in enough stuff. Jupiter has like been more of that because of the whole Planet X arc, but I feel like he was dealt with pretty well. The banishment was just stupid as fuck. The sun was stupid. I mean, the sun kind of acts like a child, but I guess you have to put your foot down somewhere, right? I mean, Jupiter is the smartest. Well, maybe smartest of any character. Well, actually, he probably is. And I mean, saying it in like a bad way is like weird, but I feel like he's the big brother of everybody because not only that, he knows everything, but he probably is the second oldest thing in the solar system. And probably knows a lot, and probably everybody looks up to him. But then you have Saturn. Objectively, he's the best character. He's like probably the only character that nobody's against because of how kind he is, and also how much he acts like a literal parrot to literally everything he sees that's smaller than him. Except for Planet X. And it's because of how he's illustrated in like a really good way. It's like Fluttershy, but from MLP, but they're not shy. They're just really kind. Kind. Like he's the definition of kind. There's no episode where he's just mean or like. Well, you can see him mad, but not like mean. I don't think he wants to be like that. He's too kind for this world, or this universe, or solar system, or whatever. And the fact that he's like showing how kind he is like how he sees his friends. This man literally cried. This planet cried when his best friend came back. I don't know if that's a good friend, and I don't know what a good friend is to anybody. So yeah, I think these two are like the most like they can actually fit in protagonists, but they don't have like as much light as Earth does. So well, okay, I was gonna rant about Neptune and Mercury, but you already know what I was gonna say. But Mercury is just the way he acted, like to Venus, like in the latest episode. I feel that absolutely was justified because you have a breaking point. But I want to talk about the moons now. I feel like they're all copy and pastes of the planets. Like some of them that are different is like well, I guess you can say Ganymede, but Io definitely, Callisto, Triton maybe, and Europa, but everybody else is bland as fuck. And don't even get me started on Titania, because I want to throw her into a fire. Yeah. And we could also talk about dwarf planets. They're all pretty interesting, except for Hermea and Iris. They're, like, kind of similar to other characters, but we don't talk about that. Now, she's a different story, but all you need to know is that I feel like she's basically gonna be like Titania. Like, she's alright to me, but she's gonna turn evil, and I'm gonna want to throw her into the sun. So, we don't talk about that. Anyway. Now, do I hate the characters? No, they're all interesting in their own way, but I felt like they're a bit more, like, they could have been more, and some of them could have been less, and a lot of them could be so much more, but I know that's not their fault because there's so many personalities you can make that are interesting and lovable, and then you just get some really, really bad characters. But I feel like they just need a lot more.